Now to AccuWeather, and an alert now in place as a severe thunderstorm warning has just been issued. It comes as temperatures set to head north of 90 for the first time this year. A live look outside right now through Sky 6 over Boathouse Row and the Schuylkill River, that is. As you step outside today, you'll notice a lot of humidity coming along with that heat. We are in spring, yes, but this is very much the summer soup. Meteorologist Karen Rogers joining us now live as that severe line of weather moves in quickly. Karen.
We've already seen a lot of lightning strikes just to our west. We have a severe thunderstorm watch for the entire area, but a warning for Chester, Montgomery, Berks County. This is where we're seeing at least 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and isolated large hail. Just to our west, they saw nickel-size hail. In some areas, seeing penny-size hail. And you can see the number of lightning strikes just within the past few minutes as these storms have approached. So we've got a line of storms you can see right here with our multi-sweep scan. Just ahead of it, a smaller cell forming right now near the city. As we track this main line coming through, we can see in East Goshen at about 12:09, in Marple about 12:17, Upper Darby at 12:23, and in Paulsboro, New Jersey, 12:28. So we see that line of storms moving to the southeast. We're seeing areas of red and purple, some very heavy downpours with this and hail associated well. Let's look at the rain rates going on right now. Look at these numbers. You can see any area in purple, you're getting up to 3.2 inches of rain an hour. The darker purple, you can see over 3 inches of rain an hour. These downpours are enough to cause heavy flooding as you're driving through the area. You really need to be careful. Look at the wind gusts we were seeing earlier. I saw a 62-mile-an-hour wind gust with some of these storms. Now we're looking at 43 miles in the Lehigh Valley as this storm approaches the area. So heavy rain coming through. Future tracker showing at 1:30. We still see some cells in, and then later this afternoon and evening, more cells scattered through the area. Brian, an AccuWeather alert for today. We'll walk you through this forecast, talk about a number of days we're going to see thunderstorms similar to this. Okay, we'll keep our eyes on the forecast. Karen, thank you. All right, let's get you right to AccuWeather now. The conditions changing very quickly for a lot of you outside that window right now. Meteorologist Karen Rogers standing by in the Weather Center with a look at the line of storms behind this. Yeah, we've been tracking this line of storms, and you can see it cutting right through the city right now. You can see those areas of red and yellow. We're talking frequent lightning, and at some points over 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts with these storms. This is the time to take cover. Let's show you where the thunderstorm warnings are. Severe thunderstorm warning for the area you see in orange right now, covering Philadelphia, Delaware counties, Chester, Gloucester in New Jersey, Camden, Salem, and northern Newcastle County as well. So watching for these severe thunderstorms. Everywhere in the area of yellow, you have a severe thunderstorm watch until 3 o'clock. Let's go in a little closer and see the pounding rain that we have right now in the city. We had it in Radnor, still in West Goshen. It's starting to let up. In Norristown, it's raining, but not nearly the wind-driven rain that you had earlier. In Abington, you're seeing the rain right now through the city into Maple Shade in New Jersey and Mount Ephraim. So this line of storming is progressing at 60 miles an hour. It's kind of racing through the area. We widen out a little bit, and you can see that. We saw a lot of lightning as well as hail with this, and it's not over just yet. We have a frontal boundary lingering just to our north. So even after this line of storms progresses through the region, we'll see other scattered storms later this evening. We have the AccuWeather alert for today, and you're hearing the thunder, the house shaking in some parts. I know we're hearing it here in the studio. This is a look at 6 o'clock in the evening. After that first line moves through, we have the chance for more scattered storms to develop through the area that once again could be strong to severe. The Storm Prediction Center placed our area in an enhanced risk for severe weather, and we're seeing why right now. It's been hot and humid as well. We're watching these scattered storms that will continue through the evening. This one line progressing now, but even beyond that, we'll see a few scattered storms developing. Flooding downpours with the amount of rain that's coming down, damaging winds enough to take down trees, and hail as well. Right now it's 86 degrees. We were at 82, but as this line of storms crosses the area, look at this in Millville, the atmosphere juicy with the humidity and heat, 92 degrees. But as these storms move through, you see how it's rain cooled, and in the Lehigh Valley dropped quickly to 69 degrees. That's what's going to happen through our temperatures. They fall at 2 o'clock after these storms move through the area, but still a few scattered storms storms through the afternoon and evening. Temperatures rebounding to about 85 at 8 o'clock, and then it's a little quieter in the overnight hours. But the next couple of days are going to be rough because this front never crosses the area. It lingers right nearby, so we continue the chance for these scattered storms. In fact, tomorrow we could be doing much of the same thing. This is a look at tomorrow at 7 o'clock, at 11 o'clock at night, seeing scattered storms, a slight risk for severe weather tomorrow as well. I know that's a lot going on in this forecast. Let's run it down. Severe weather happening right now in the heart of our area. We have that severe thunderstorm warning right now until 12:45. 89 degrees for your high. Temperatures will fall behind these storms. Some sunshine tomorrow, scattered storms in 87, 89 on Friday with a few more storms. Saturday, more of the same, warm and humid at 88. By Sunday, things change. It's quiet, 80 and dry, nice and sunny with low humidity Monday and Tuesday, Brian.
All right, Karen, I'm getting some texts from friends right now who say trees are coming down as we speak, so there could be a lot of damage from this one. We'll keep a close eye on that system. Action News will be right back. Hello again, 12:30 now. We begin here with an AccuWeather alert, and here is why. Storms, strong storms moving across the region very quickly right now. A live look here through Sky 6 over the Commodore Barry Bridge. We saw a very sharp line in the sky there from what were blue skies to this. A lot of wind, a lot of rain coming in right now. We're hearing from a lot of folks that trees are coming down in Chester County, even in Philadelphia right now. So let's begin right now with meteorologist Karen Rogers live in the Action News Weather Center with an update here.
That's right, Brian. We have that severe thunderstorm warning for the heart of our region, including Philadelphia, Chester, Gloucester, Camden, northern Delaware. We're in Montgomery. We're looking at the counties for the warning until 12:45. Those are the areas in orange. In yellow, the severe thunderstorm watch lasts until 3 o'clock. We are seeing over 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and some large hail with these storms. These are damaging storms that are moving through it. Let's get right to Storm Tracker 6 Live with our multi-sweep scan. Look at the amount of lightning strikes. That, remember, if you're out there, if you're hearing the thunder, you're close enough to be hit by that lightning. This is the time to go indoors and seek shelter. Strong winds with this as well as these storms move through the area. We watch them tear through Reading, through Allentown, now through the city. They are racing to the southeast right now. Go in a little closer to this, and you can see through Maple Shade, Mount Ephraim, you're just in the beginning of it. We're still getting through it right now in Philadelphia. Through the city, we're seeing the areas of red, even purple, some pounding rain and hail coming with these storms. We have a track looking to the south and east. They're racing through the region. They'll be in Gloucester City, Belmar at 12:31 in just a minute, in Voorhees at 12:38, in Winslow Township at 12:50 before pushing off the coastline. The rain rates are significant. You see the areas of purple right here? We're talking rain over 3 inches an hour, but it's not staying in one spot for an hour. They are racing through and moving so quickly they're pulling down trees. There's damaging winds with this as well. We're looking a wider look, and not a whole lot happening behind that. But once this line of storms move through, we are going to see showers and thunderstorms popping up behind that through the afternoon and evening. We've had that AccuWeather alert for today. It is feeling hot and humid, the atmosphere moist. You're getting these storms coming through. They will be scattered even behind this one line of storms. Flooding, downpours. This is not the time to be outside on the roads with these storms coming down at a significant rate, damaging winds and hail as well. We'll talk about an unsettled forecast the next couple of days as well, Brian, coming up in a few minutes.
All right, that's a powerful storm there, Karen. Thank you.
Severe weather coming through the area right now. We're seeing over 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts with this, frequent lightning and hail. Storm Tracker 6, our multi-sweep scan, showing this line of storms has moved. It is currently moving through the city. I want to go in a little closer, and you can see this. Right now in the city, we are on the back edge, and you're getting the worst of it right now in South Jersey, where we have the severe thunderstorm warnings until 12:45, but they just keep extending this line. I think we'll continue to see those severe thunderstorm warnings pop up through South Jersey and Delaware. Right now in Maple Shade and Mount Ephraim, if you are driving along 130 or in the New Jersey Turnpike, pull over to the side. You have flooding downpours with these storms going through. Look at these rain rates. See all these areas of dark purple, even some white. I mean, the white would be over 5 inches an hour of rain, but it's not sticking with you in 1 hour. It is racing through the area at about 60 miles an hour to the south and east. So we're still getting some of that heavy rain in Philadelphia, but you're almost at the back edge of the worst of it. Behind that, we do have some rain, but you can see how these severe thunderstorm warnings continue to extend. They were in the city until 12:45, now being extended all the way along the coastline. But the area of yellow, that's the severe thunderstorm watch until 3 o'clock, because even after this line moves through, we'll see some scattered showers or thunderstorms popping up behind this system. It is a day with this AccuWeather alert. The worst of it is happening right now, where we're getting scattered storms through the area, flooding downpours, damaging winds, getting reports of downed trees in these gusts that have exceeded 60 miles an hour. And in some cases, we've had penny and nickel-sized hail in these cells that are tearing through the region. So the worst of it right now is coming through the city into South Jersey. We'll be back with more on that timing and what's behind that coming up in the forecast in a couple minutes, Brian.
Okay, Karen, thanks for stepping in so quickly. Obviously a developing situation here. Karen Rogers, more Action News coming up right after this. All right, of course, we're keeping a close eye on the developing situation on the weather front here, and so we're leaning very heavily on meteorologist Karen Rogers to get us through this. Karen, this thing is whipping through pretty quickly.
It is, and Brian, it's rare that in the studio we feel it shake, right? And we certainly did around 20 minutes ago. A severe thunderstorm warning continues, so it was in Philadelphia, in Chester, in Delaware counties, and now you can see how the warnings have progressed eastward into New Jersey all along the coastline, and that's the idea of the storm that is traveling to the south and east. Here's a look at Storm Tracker 6 Live with our multi-sweep scan. Look at the amount of lightning strikes that we have seen this. We're seeing constant lightning strikes on the edge of this storm system that's packing quite a punch. And let's go in a little closer, and you can kind of see the areas of red and yellow, some downpours with this. So we're in Philadelphia now. That's the area of green. You can take a little bit of a breath here. That heavy rain is poured through. Now, if you're driving around the region, forget it. You already have that rain that's dumped on the roads. It's going to be flooding on the roadways because of that. But now the heaviest is moved into Mount Ephraim, in Gloucester, in New Jersey, in Evesham, near Voorhees. We can see near Glassboro, you've got some rain. Down in Woolwich Township, some of the heaviest cells as well. In Waterford, the edge of this. And whenever you see the edge so sharp, you go right from just a little bit of green to yellow and red, you know you have some powerful winds. And in fact, we've seen over 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts with these cluster of thunderstorms that have developed and kind of raced through the region. We watched live as you just saw that shift. That heaviest rain is racing at about 60 miles an hour south and east. We had it in the city about 20 minutes ago, and now you can see the edge of it is already near the coastline right here. As we look here, we're going to see it in Mullica at 102, not in Mullica Hill, but in Mullica. Egg Harbor City at 106, in Galloway Township at 111, down along the shore. You see the progression of the storm system to the south and east. We haven't seen any rotation with this just yet, mostly straight line winds at this point, but significant winds. We're talking over 60 miles an hour, enough to take down trees. You have to be careful of debris as you're traveling around with these storms. As I widen out, you can see what a blip this is on the radar comparatively. This line of storms racing through, not a whole lot behind it, but we're unstable behind it. We've got a frontal boundary just to our north that never crosses our area until Saturday night. So we're getting this unsettled conditions, and we're going to see a couple of scattered showers or thunderstorms fire up even later today. At this point, they don't look as threatening as the ones now, but the models have been having a tough time getting a hold of this. We can look at 6 o'clock and see some more scattered cells here through Allentown, moving through the city. Temperatures have spiked. They've dipped a little, rain cooled. They'll come back up this evening. But the AccuWeather alert for today, Brian, severe storms moving through. We've got another shot for scattered storms coming tomorrow. It's unsettled the next couple of days.
Okay, Karen, thank you. And as evidence of that whipping wind and the strength of it, take a look at this. PECO now telling us 138,886 homes are reporting having lost electricity at this point. That number could well rise as we get a handle on the damage. But again, the power outage situation around the region right now. Of course, we've been keeping close tabs on the weather situation. An AccuWeather alert in place right now because of the severe weather that's moving through as we speak. Let's take a live look right now. Sky 6 over the Center City skyline. Boy, that's an image that's changed a whole lot in the last 30 minutes or so. At first, blue skies, and then the rain and the wind came through such that we could not even make out the buildings of the Center City skyline. And now perhaps what could be some good news here is that things are clearing up a little bit. But obviously that line is moving through, and a lot of you still affected. 138,886 Pico customers in the dark at last check. Meteorologist Karen Rogers trying to keep a close eye on all this. I know you've been back and forth between your computer and that green wall. Tell us what's going on.
I was going to try to read more from my phone right now as more information coming in from the National Weather Service. But we've extended now the severe thunderstorm warning until 2 o'clock this afternoon. As you look at this image with our multi-sweep scan, you can see a few lines of storms that have formed. They tore through the city. They are racing through. I keep having to adjust the radar to really show you the best images because they are moving that quickly. So right now we're looking at Philadelphia. We heard this studio rocking with these storms that moved through about a half an hour ago. You have much lighter rain now, but you're not out of the woods. The winds have relaxed there. But look at here in Gloucester City in New Jersey, in Glasper, New Jersey, the areas of red stretching through northern Delaware. In Waterford, where you have severe thunderstorm warnings now until 2 o'clock there as our sweep gives that live update. In Tabernacle, in Pemberton, and along the edge of this is where we're seeing the strongest winds. And Brian, you mentioned power outages, so I wanted to quickly get this together. This is a look at the power outages caused by the storm. So the area of yellow is everywhere that you're seeing that we've had power outages due to wind gusts over 60 miles an hour, with the leading edge of these storms that started out in the north and west, blossomed from only a couple of cells to these storms that really hit most of the area. And the models really weren't picking up on this originally. In this hot, humid atmosphere, they have just erupted. And we're getting not only the powerful winds, we've had penny and nickel size hail with these. And these are the images of the power outages all through the area that we're experiencing because of these storms that tore through. I put a track up here and we can see it's getting to Galloway by 111, Egg Harbor 6 at 106, but they are really racing at 60 miles an hour. Hard to keep up with all this that's happening. Look at the rain rates right now. This is how much per hour it is pounding down onto the roadways. If you're driving around, be careful. Look at this. Areas of purple, even areas of white. That's a radar estimate that we're looking precipitation rate over 3 inches an hour. Brian, this continues to come down and we will keep with you. Action News will be right back.
That there, the scene in the Spring Garden section of Philadelphia moments ago as that wind and that rain came pounding down. Obviously, a lot of you seeing images like this outside your window right now. We'll get one last check now from Karen Rogers.
Yeah, and in Reading, we had over an 80-mile-an-hour wind gust, 83 miles an hour with these storms that moved through. I have the lightning strikes up right now. At this moment, we're looking at 78 lightning strikes. The severe thunderstorm warning continues through New Jersey and Delaware until 1:30 as this line of storms continues to progress, Brian.
Okay, Karen, obviously a developing situation here. We're going to extend our coverage as a result past the 1 o'clock hour. We hope you'll join us for that. We won't say goodbye. Instead, we'll say see you soon right after this. And good afternoon once again, everyone. I'm Brian Taft. We are extending our Action News coverage from the noon hour into the 1 o'clock hour, obviously given the weather situation unfolding, some very severe weather moving through. Our incredible AccuWeather team is tracking all of it right now. Meteorologist Karen Rogers. Karen, this began really in earnest about 40 minutes ago, and boy, it has left a lot of damage in its wake.
It began in the city at that time, Brian, and it is already racing towards the coastline. Let's look right now where the severe thunderstorms warning are. Now until 2 o'clock, we're seeing severe thunderstorms warnings through Atlantic City, through Millville, through Gloucester County in New Jersey, and along that coastline right now until 1:30. It has progressed. The severe thunderstorm warning expired in the city, and now the storm and the warnings have shifted south and east right now. Let's show you the radar and exactly where the storm is right now. We've been talking about this severe weather for a couple of days. Now you know why. You likely heard and felt your house shake with the wind gusts that we have. Look at the lightning strikes through through the area. We can show you just how many lightning strikes at this moment. We've had over 70 lightning strikes just within the past couple minutes. But as we put this back here, 84 lightning strikes happening right now with these storms that have moved through. It's still raining in the city, but you can see where the heaviest rain is. And let's take a look at the areas of red and yellow. Some really good downpours right now. And you see how there's not much of a difference between the leading edge of this storm and the areas of heavy downpours, often an indication of some strong winds. We had wind gusts in Reading, 83 miles an hour, and wind gusts in the city, 61 miles an hour, enough that it's bringing down trees, putting debris out there. And we can look at the rain rates with this as well, and you can kind of see how the storm is progressing through the area. Look at the areas of purple right here, pounding rain where you're seeing over 3 up to 5 inches an hour. A rain rate right now, precipitation 3.95, 3.4, but it's not sticking in one place an hour. It's racing at 60 miles an hour. These storms are tearing through the region. Started off as a couple of cells well out to the north and west, really blossomed. The models weren't really picking up on this happening today, but with the heat and humidity ahead of these storms, it erupted, and we are all feeling the difference right now. As you see this heavy rain coming through, even behind this system, we have a couple of showers and thunderstorms that will be firing up later on. We have the AccuWeather alert today for this pounding rain, and we can progress this and show you it's moving 62 miles an hour. And you can see this track time in Mullica 108, in Stratford at 115, in Stafford, in Surf City. If you're along the coastline at 123, you are getting these 60-plus mile an hour winds and penny to nickel size hail racing in your direction. Mystic Island at 131. So the winds have settled in the city, and now we're looking at this powerful punch facing the Jersey Shore right now. And this is the power outage indicator. I want to show you this because of these strong storms that tore through. We're all dealing with the effects of it now. The area of yellow in all of this region right now, we've had power outages through the area because of these wind gusts up to 83 miles an hour in Reading. So Brian, you know you're talking damage when you have 80-mile-an-hour winds with this. We're not exactly done with it all yet. We're going to time this out for you, show you the rest of the forecast, and when storms can erupt later this evening coming up in just a few minutes, Brian.
Okay, Karen, and to that end, we have nearly 140,000 PICO outages at this point, and that is as the storm is now racing to South Jersey. Obviously, we expect the Atlantic City Electric will give us an update at some point as to what they're experiencing, but those numbers are going to grow as this afternoon wears on. This is just the first line of storms. As Karen mentioned, there are more behind it.
I'm meteorologist Karen Rogers. With this AccuWeather alert, we have been tracking severe weather, a line of storms that has raced through our region right now, producing damaging winds and hail, flooding downpours. Storm Tracker 6 with our multi-sweep scan showing just constant lightning strikes to the edge of the storm, now hugging the coastline. It has already torn through the Lehigh Valley and Philadelphia. And now we can see the severe thunderstorm warnings continue until 2 o'clock. And that's for Atlantic, Cumberland, Burlington, Ocean, and Cape May counties until 2 o'clock today. And so watching for the severe thunderstorm watch, that's the heart of it right now. Look at the heavy rain that we have pushing through Mystic Island, through Galloway, through Mays Landing right now, in Egg Harbor, almost in Atlantic City at the moment. The heaviest has been even north of that near Sea Isle. We're looking at a lot of lightning strikes that are about to cut through the Parkway right now and heading towards Ocean City. Be careful if anybody is out there. We can track this and showing Ocean City at 143, Atlantic City 136, just a few minutes away, Strathmere at 144. Tracking a line of severe weather moving through the area. You probably felt the house shake. The thunder was enormous through the area. And look at the storm damage through the region. A number of storm reports that we're getting with this. We've seen trouble with this wind damage, 29 storm reports there. Overall, 47 storm reports. We're hearing about roofs being torn off, trees coming down, debris flying all over the roadway. If this storm is in your area, if you're along the coastline where the severe thunderstorm is headed, you want to seek cover, get away from windows, get in an interior or lower level room of your home. These are straight line winds, but strong winds. Look at these gusts. 83-mile-an-hour gusts in Reading. In Holmesburg section of the city, 71 miles an hour. Lakehurst, 66. Lumberton in New Jersey, 61. Bristol, 64. Powerful storms that have torn through our area this morning, and we're not done with it yet. They're currently heading the coastline, but this is what it looked like in South Philadelphia. What an image that Eddie took and shared with us on social media. You could see the cumulonimbus clouds, the rain shaft as the rain was pouring down, and the rain rates have been significant. If you were driving in the storm, it had flooding downpours. Be careful if you're in New Jersey where these storms are moving through now. Here's a live look, and we have watched just over the past few minutes as the skies have darkened here in Sea Isle at theshore.com. Looking live, we're seeing a number of people leave the beach, and hopefully they should be moving a little more quickly, although the worst of it is north of this area. You definitely don't want to be. I'm still seeing a lot of people sitting on the beach, but you see the stream of people moving out, and you can see the flags really blowing in the wind as these severe storms are erupting through the area. We've been talking about this AccuWeather alert for the past couple days. You know why? Because you've been seeing the lightning and feeling the house shake with the thunder. We're not entirely done with it just yet. Even though we saw the leading edge of these storms pushing towards the coastline, even behind that, we could see a couple of scattered severe storms forming. This is a look at 6 o'clock this evening, and we see a few more storms could pop up. Oftentimes when you have the number of severe storms that we have moving through the area already, it robs the atmosphere of the energy. So unlikely we'll be seeing the same thing that we saw just the past hour and a half. But severe weather has moved through the area. The worst of it has left the city. It is hugging the coastline, heading towards the beach area. If you know anyone, tell them to stay alert to the forecast. We'll be back at 2 o'clock with an update. For now, we join our programming already in progress.